Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Yaya's Heart Tarot. We're having perfect weather in my neck of the woods, and we don't get that very often. I live in the middle of the country, and our winter tends to turn into summer pretty quickly. We go from minus degrees to 90 degrees most times, and today it is 74 with almost no breeze, so I really was called to spend some time outside, and I was also called to do some tarot readings. So I apologize for the little weird camera angle. I'm just kind of winging it, and so today I wanted to do some departed loved one connection readings. I never trust myself to do this without notes. I usually have my notes over here on my bulletin board of what to ask in the readings, but I think we can wing it. So I'm gonna do 3 readings today. And I'll show you the items that I have for you to choose your readings as well. Again, I'm just kind of winging it. I grabbed the decks that I had nearby, and I grabbed some actually bracelets and Chinese New Year envelopes that I had handy that were gifted to me by a friend back at the Chinese New Year. And so I'm going to go with those for the pick a card here. So I guess there's not a whole lot more to say. Whenever you find this reading, it's timeless. So it is June 12th today, but again, whenever you find this is when you're supposed to find this. So I didn't do any meditation leading up to this, so I don't have any meditation messages to lead in with. Again, I just kind of was drawn and called to do this. So let's get started. The first group that we have is the rabbit with the bowl. This is the year of the rabbit, by the way. So the rabbit with the bowl, and it looks like a beet down there, and the Angelite bracelet. Okay, so that's group 1, rabbit with the bowl and the Angelite bracelet. Group 2 is the rabbit with the coin and the Malachite bracelet. So the bunny with the coin and the Malachite bracelet. Group 3 is the rabbit with the carrot down there by his foot and the Hemimorphite bracelet. So group 1 is bowl and Angelite, group 2 is coin and Malachite, and group 3 is carrot and Hemimorphite. And I just realized, in keeping with this theme, one of the decks that I happen to have handy is called the Chubby Bunny Tarot, and it has bunnies on it. So apparently bunnies are our theme for today. So if bunnies are important to you, or if bunnies mean something to you, that's a message for you. Sorry, I need to grab a drink of water here. Also, I'm not going to be stopping in between readings because it's not handy for me to do that. I'm recording this on my phone, so I don't have like a remote or a mouse to stop and go. So we'll just be going straight through. So take whatever time you need. Decide which group calls to you, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so group 1, this is your group. The bunny with the bowl and the Angelite bracelet. And I think I'm going to slip the bracelets on for when I do the readings. But not on that hand. That doesn't feel right. Okay, that feels much better. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay, group 1, so let's get started. This deck is calling to me. This beautiful green gem on the back of the deck is calling, And so this is the deck we will start with for you. And perhaps the deck we will use clear through. We'll see. So, Spirit of Group 1. Who is it that's coming through for Group 1? Who is coming through for Group 1, please? Okay, so we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Ten of Cups, and we got the Death card. So this individual that's coming through for you, Group 1, is someone who showed you love when you didn't expect it, but you really needed it. And basically, they changed your life. So they may have even come about at a time where you were going in a really bad direction. Whatever the situation was, you were feeling very unloved. You were feeling perhaps worthless. You were feeling reckless, a lack of self-confidence, whatever it was. And this individual came to you at a very unexpected time, and they showed you love, and they believed in you, and they helped you, and they were there for you, whatever that love meant. And it completely turned your life around. It allowed you to leave behind all of those bad feelings that you were living with, and start over again. Start your life in a much better place. So, Group 1, that's who's coming through for you. Thank you, Spirit, for letting us know that. How were you, the two of you, connected? Spirit, how were you connected to Group 1, please? The Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Wow. Wow. Group 1, you were in a really, really bad place. This is like just heavy, really heavy. You were in your head about how worthless maybe you thought you were, or you may have thought that you did something that you could never recover from. And you were hopeless. You were absolutely hopeless. And this person came along and they gave you hope. They gave you space, they gave you support, they allowed you to breathe, and they allowed you to heal. I'm not seeing any sort of like a family connection necessarily. You know, not really a connection by blood, although I'm getting sort of a vibe of maybe an aunt with one of the cards here, but for the most part, I'm not seeing anything that very specifically says that this is someone who was connected to you by blood, by marriage, through the family. I'm almost getting a feeling like this person kind of came out of the blue, that you were not expecting them to come into your life, and they just kind of showed up out of nowhere one day, and they helped you get out of your head, and they gave you what you needed to be able to heal your life. So that's how you were connected to this individual. I guess we're supposed to be using this deck now. So Spirit, thank you so much for that message. What is it that you would like to emphasize about your connection, or anything you might have changed about this connection? Okay, so we got the Two of Swords, we got the Queen of Swords, and we got the Five of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords actually came out upside down, so reversed. So I feel like this person, this departed loved one, I'm noticing the butterfly on the Queen of Swords. Down here, there's a butterfly on her throne, as well as an angel. So with the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords reversed, I feel like this individual is concerned that your transformation is not complete yet, that you were not maybe completely strong enough to keep moving forward on your own. They're concerned about you slipping back into a place where you make the wrong decision. You take the wrong path again. You are weak and there's nobody there to help you. So what this person would like to emphasize to you is that A, they are still here with you. I don't know if you can see it, it's very tiny, but up in the sky on this card, there is this bird that is flying overhead. They're still there. They're still there. They're watching over you from where they are now, but they don't want you to rely solely on that. They actually want you to find someone to be in your corner, someone who supports you, who uplifts you. They just really think that that's important. They're concerned that without them actively, physically in your life, that you may backslide. You may go back to that place where you don't feel worthy, or you don't feel competent or capable, or like you have any self-worth. And they just, again, they're saying they don't feel like your transformation was complete, but that you still have it within you to do that. You still have this butterfly here, this transformation, and the angel that is sitting above it. They're still watching over you, but they're concerned without you having support. When you're out, when you're feeling like you're out in the cold here with the Five of Pentacles, they're concerned that you're going to, your healing will cease. So they really want you to know that they're still here and they're still watching over you, but that they want you to find someone in the physical world to help you, to support you, to continue your journey of healing. So Spirit, thank you so much for that message. I'm not remembering what one of the questions that we typically ask of your loved ones are, but I am hearing that we can just get a final message. So let's do that. So Spirit, no, let's, I want to know what Spirit, what your departed loved one, what their thoughts are on your connection. So what part of the connection was the most significant, and you know, what they think about, what they remember, what they want you to remember. Yeah. So your loved one is saying that although you started from a place of wounding, they saw you. I mean, this is amazing. The cards that came out were the Three of Swords was the first card that came out, and that's where you were when you met them. Then you went through this death process where you released the things that were no longer serving you, and then you came around to this amazing King of Pentacles, which is like you have everything you could ever want, and you worked hard for it, and you earned it. It's not just something that you know, suddenly somebody dropped in your lap. You worked really hard to get to this place, and they're incredibly proud of you. They are so very proud of you, going from, you know, the Three of Swords is one of the most devastating cards in the deck, and the King of Swords is probably the most abundant. So you went through this transformation process. The Death card is like the ultimate transformation card. So they want you to know, they want you to remember what you went through and how hard you worked for this. So that's what's very important to them. That's what was very important to them and still is in the relationship that you guys had, is that you remember how hard you worked for this transformation and that you achieved that on your own. So they're very proud of you and they want you to know that. So Spirit, do you have a final message for group one, please? Final message for group one, please. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so the final message that they have, we got the Nine of Wands, which is the Wounded Warrior card. This is saying that they know how hard you worked and they know how exhausted you are through this process. They know how much that it is taken from you. But the other card that we got is the Magician. So they're saying basically you can make of your life whatever you want. You are entirely capable. You have all the tools that you need, and you have the power within you to transform your life to virtually anything that you want. Anything. This is the card of unlimited possibilities, of manifestations beyond your wildest dreams. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope this is helpful, and thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, Group 2, we are up to your reading. This is the bunny with the coins and the Malachite bracelet. And as I did with Group 1, I'm going to wear the bracelet for your reading. I always have to test and see which wrist it wants to be on. It wants to be on the right. Okay. So, Group 2. Group 2. Who is it, Group 2, that is coming through for you today? Who is coming through for Group 2, please? Okay, we got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. We got the Two of Wands, the Six of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. That's interesting. All of our pentacles are reversed. So I'm inclined to say by that this person did not have a lot of money. I feel as though this individual had a lot of great ideas, but none of them really ever panned out. And yet that didn't dampen their spirits. Yeah, because all of these pentacles are pentacles of fairness, of hard work, of steadiness. So this is an individual who, like I said, I feel like they had all these great ideas. They were always juggling different ideas all the time, but that none of them ever really was terribly lucrative for them. But that didn't ever dampen their spirits. They still were hopeful. They still were, and we just got a crow to verify that for us. This was an individual who was very kind and very hopeful. And they didn't hesitate to give away what they had when there was someone in need. And that someone could very likely have included you as well. So that's who's coming through for you. So next, Spirit, can you tell us, please, how you are related to Group 2? How are you related to Group 2, please? Or connected to Group 2? How are you related or connected to them, please? Okay, so we got the Emperor, we got the World, and we got the Seven of Cups. This is an individual who is in your life a lot. Someone who was there through lots of different stages of your life. The Emperor, so they could have been a father figure, could have been a grandfather, but this is someone who watched you go all the way through your life. They saw you through each and every trial that you went through. They saw you through each and every win that you went through. They were there through your entire life. So again, I'm thinking that this is a father or a grandfather, or someone who acted in that capacity through pretty much all of your life. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. And what was it, Spirit, that was important to you about this connection with group 2, please? What was it that was the most important about your connection with group 2? So we got the Justice card, we got the Queen of Wands reversed, and we got the Two of Pentacles. They helped you keep things balanced. They were... They may have been the voice of reason for you when you got too excited, or perhaps, and so this may be switched, this individual here at the beginning. This might be you. This might be you that has all the wild, crazy ideas that never seem to pan out very well. And so the roles could be reversed. This individual, whether this is you or that, or your departed loved one, they were there to balance things out for you. And when you went off on one of your crazy ideas, they were supportive, but they were much more practical for you. And again, this could be flipped, and maybe you were the one who was more practical for them, but kept them in a balanced place too. I'm starting to feel now, though, that you may have been the one that had the crazy, wild ideas and maybe too much fire and, you know, just a lot of zest for life and always getting excited about every opportunity that came along. And that this individual might have been the one who kind of tried to slow you down. And when you maybe had an endeavor that didn't work out and that it stung a little bit, this may have been the individual who was there to kind of help you pick up the pieces, or they may have been there to kind of warn you ahead of time. And warn is a strong word. Perhaps caution you ahead of time that things might not work out exactly the way that you think that they will. I feel like, again, they just kind of helped to keep you balanced. When things went awry, they were there to pick you up. And when you were excited about something, they were there to slow you down a little bit. Just to keep sort of an even keel. So that's what was important to this individual about your relationship. Spirit, if there was anything that you would emphasize or change about the relationship, what would that be? Whether that's now or then. Okay, so we got the King of Wands, and we got the Page of Pentacles, and we got the Sun card. So this is interesting. I feel like they may have wanted to flip the roles, or not. I mean, we've got the King of Wands here. That's kind of the ultimate let's go and take action and own it card. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles, and this is kind of a youthful individual who's cautious. And then we've got the Sun card, which is the happiness card. So I'm feeling like that maybe what they wanted to emphasize about the relationship was that the balance between the two of you was what brought happiness, great happiness to both of you. It may have not always been that way initially. It may have caused friction in the beginning, but I feel like they're saying that it was kind of the best of the mix, that by the two of you being together, regardless of which one was the fiery one and which one was the cautious one, the combination of keeping each other balanced created a very happy life, at least for them, and they think for you as well. So they want you to know that that was, even though it may have seemed like sometimes you guys might have butted heads, because that's the way it is when one person wants to go and the other one is telling you, well, wait a minute, let's hold back just a little bit. That's just the way it is. That's the way it turns out. But you both knew through that, even when in the heat of that, you both knew that you loved each other. This is not only the card of happiness, but also a card of love. And the child on the horse here, you know, that's a symbol of you know, childlike innocence and childlike enthusiasm being carried by a strong protective element. So that's what they wanted to emphasize about the relationship that you guys had. So Spirit, you know what? I'm going to use this deck now, I think. No, we'll stick with the one we've got. Sorry. Spirit, what is your final message for your loved one in group 2? What is the final message that you have for them, please? Okay, so we got the Wheel of Fortune, we got the Temperance card, we got the Page of Wands, and we got the Judgment card. Really, I feel as though that the message that they're giving you here is that they want you just to continue to be aware of that dynamic, how that helped you throughout your life, and that perhaps now within yourself, we've got the Temperance card, who is mixing the 2 cups of water to create a blend of the 2. And so this is a single individual here that is doing this, as opposed to, you know, in some of the other cards we saw a combination of more than one individual coming together to create this mix. And so I feel like maybe now your loved one is saying that, and here we've got the Judgment card. The Judgment is you know, passing final judgment, but not in a bad way. This is like calling people up because of what they have created in their lifetime. You know, you passed judgment, you passed muster. And so I feel like they're saying, and then we've got the Page of Wands here. So I feel like your loved one is saying that you still have, this capability to be temperate. You have the fieriness within you, but you have the ability, or they gave you the fieriness. I don't know who was who, like we said before, but it's here, that element is still here. And now, now they're saying that through this lifetime of teaching, of practice, you can do this on your own now. You can balance this for yourself. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is, you know, a card of karma, a card of destiny, a card of chance. So your loved one is saying that by creating your own balance of this fieriness and this patience, you can make your own destiny. You can create your own path. And the Judgment card, again, this is about your path moving forward. You know, your loved one is saying that through this association that you guys had, and through the teachings, through the years, which you may not have actively recognized when they were here, but you took them to heart, whether you realize it or not. And so they have a great deal of faith in you that you now can create this balance for yourself, and allow that to move you forward through your life, and like I said, create your own destiny. So beautiful reading, group 2. I hope this is helpful to you, and I greatly appreciate your being here with me to share these messages. So I hope to see you again soon. That's what I have for you. Thanks. Okay, group 3, this is your reading. The bunny with the carrot and the Hemimorphite bracelet. And as I have done with the other 2 groups, I'm going to wear the bracelet for your reading. I have to see which wrist it wants to belong on. Oh, definitely the left. Okay. And for you guys, this is the first group, I'm going to use the bunny deck. That's the one that's calling to me. So, Spirit of Group 3. Who's coming through for your Group 3? Who is it that's coming through? We've got the Seven of Swords, we've got the Magician, and we've got the Five of Wands. Interesting. I feel like this is someone who turned their life around while they were here. Or they may have helped you turn your life around. But they weren't there yet. I'm hearing they weren't there yet. Meaning they didn't get to where they wanted to be completely. Yeah, they feel like they still had work to do. So this may be someone who left suddenly before they really had all their affairs in order. And again, I don't know if they pulled you out of a bad situation or if they pulled themselves out of a bad situation. But regardless, there was somebody's life was not going very well. It was not going down a good path. It may not have been, you know, something really awful, terrible, but it was perhaps just a lot of confusion. I'm noticing on this card there's two little bunnies way back in the distance by a fire. And I'm getting kind of a picture of a hellraiser. So that may have been, there may have been some acting out. There may have been some hell raising that was, you know, could have led somebody the wrong direction. So that may have been you, that may have been them, but regardless of who it was, they turned it around. They may have turned it around for you. They may have turned it around for themselves. So that's who's coming through. And I'm being drawn to the infinity sign above the bunny here on the Magician. So even though I heard that it's not, they didn't make it the whole way, but it's still in process. It's still in progress, and it is a work in progress, I'm hearing. So it may be that this was you, that they helped to turn your life around. Since they're no longer here, it could be that your life is still a work in progress. So that's who's coming through. Spirit, how were you connected to or related to Group 2, please? How were you connected or related to Group 2, please? Okay, so we got the Two of Cups, we got the Four of Swords, and we got the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this individual came into your life and formed a relationship with you when you were in a really dark place, when you were in need of a lot of healing. You were under a lot of stress. You had gone through a lot. And you were kind of at the point of almost giving up. Although I'm also hearing that you didn't know how to get out. And this person came in and they actually reached out to you. I'm getting a picture of them actually reaching out to you. I've got like almost a picture of like somebody in a dark alley and this person reaching their hand down and helping pull you up. So I don't know if that's literally or figuratively, but yeah, this person came in. Your departed loved one, I believe, came in when you were really despairing and literally at the point of giving up. And they said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. I'm here in your life now. I'm not just going to show you something and step away. I'm here. We are a twosome. We got the Two of Cups here. We are in a relationship, period. So that's how they were connected to you. So thank you for that message, Spirit. What is it that was most important about your relationship to Spirit? Spirit, what is it that was most important about the relationship with group 3 for you? What is the part that you want to focus on or emphasize? What was most important to you? Got the Six of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Yeah, so what was most important to this loved one, this departed loved one, is that they pulled you out of this bad place and brought you to a place worthy of like biblical judgment. I almost hate to say it that way, but they took you away from they took you away from these turbulent waters, and they taught you how to get through it. With the Knight of Pentacles here, this is a knight who's really, really steady and slow and takes their time. And so I'm feeling as though getting you out of this place was a long, hard process. Long, hard process, but they stuck with it. They stuck with you. And they got you through whatever it was. And now they got you to this place where heaven is shining upon you, where you're looking good. You are looking really, really good. And, you know, anybody who would see you now would never know that you had gone through this really hard patch. So that's what was really important about your relationship with them, to them, that they were able to help you get to that place. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. What is it that you would emphasize or would have liked to have changed about the relationship, please, Spirit? Was there anything that you would have emphasized or want to change for your loved one in group 3? Okay, we've got the Two of Wands, the Star card, and the High Priestess. What they're telling you is when you are needing to make a decision, as going forward, when you're needing to make a decision in your life, they want you to remember what your goals are, what your dreams are about, what you are reaching for, rather than what you can't see. They want you to focus on the good. Focus on what you want, what you dream of, what you're reaching for, what your goals are, rather than focusing on the what ifs, what you can't see. What if, you know, if I do this, but this is hiding behind the corner, is it going to come back to bite me? So they really, really want you, whenever you have a decision to make, whenever you have, you know, when you need to move forward some way, they want you to try as best you can to always focus on what you want to happen, not what you're afraid might happen. Okay, so that is what they're emphasizing for you. And that's a beautiful message. That's a really good message. It seems simple, but it's not. It's something that we really need to be reminded. So let's see, for final message, I feel like I need a different deck, and I think it's this one. Okay, so group 3, final message from your departed loved one. Spirit, what final message would you like to convey to your loved ones in group 3, please? Two of Swords, Page of Cups, reversed, the Fool, and the Ten of Wands. So again, we're talking about making decisions here in your life. They don't want you to be burdened by your emotions. And specifically, I'm hearing a sense of regret. So I don't know if there was something about this relationship that you regret what happened to them, or what happened between you, or that you weren't there when they died. I don't know what this regret is about, but I feel like this may be actually addressing something specific that's coming up for you that you have to make a decision about. And they're telling you just to go for it, just to jump, not to focus on, again, or carry regrets with you as you make this decision. And I'm very strongly getting the feeling that there is a decision coming up for you, group 3, that they're specifically addressing right now. So this is interesting. I've not had a message where a very specific final message comes up, but that's very much what I'm feeling. So if there's something that you're needing to make a decision about and you are holding back about making that decision because of some regrets that you have, particularly if it's some regrets that's tied to this individual, and that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. You know, maybe my loved one who passed on wouldn't have wanted me to do this, or I wish I'd been able to do this with them, but they're gone now, so I can't. So I don't know what this regret might be, but they are very strongly telling you, don't let that hold you back in making this decision. They just want you to go for it. So I hope that helps, group 3. This has been an amazing reading, and I'm grateful that you allowed me to share it with you. And I hope you'll come back again soon. So that's all I have today for everyone. This has been really fun doing this outside, and I hope to see you all again soon.